Fellowshippers, what up? Welcome to the Fellowship Hall of the Twins and Rap. I am Rap, aka Big Ham, aka the smartest one in the room, which for this episode I'll relinquish to the moral compass. If you want to know why, go watch our power show. But
episode 9.
Twins, let people know you in the building, baby.
What's up, fellowship? It's your boy Ken, aka the smartest one in the room. Thank you for tuning in with us today. Okay. What's up, fellowship? It's your boy, the moderator, Keith. You know me, I know you. Let's go ahead and dive into what we're talking about. We're talking about Netflix's own Ozark, season 4, episode 5 through 7. So as you guys know, we didn't review all 7 last week. We did 1 through 4. So go back and check that out. And today we're going to finish it up as we all finally wrapped up the series, at least part 1 of the season finale. So Ken, go ahead and kick us off today with your reaction for Ozark.
Yeah, I thought these last 3 episodes were really, really good. I think a lot of stuff happened, entertaining, twists and turns, very, very shocking ending to the episode 7. But it was cool. The family finally felt like they were getting out of this life, except for Jonah, who's still pulling in, trying to go full ham into it. But nevertheless, the family got Omar to finally agree to make the deal with the FBI so he could get immunity, turn over everything to his nephew, blow up the whole organization, let the Byrde family go back to Chicago. But once again,
had doubts about that anyway.
Yeah, well, your doubts were correct because the FBI flipped the script, reneged on their deal, and then, once again, instead of giving him what they agreed to, it was, oh, you gonna do this, and you're going to do this for us for 5 more years. It was just the ultimate slap in the face. Everybody was shocked, including Maya, the FBI agent. Yeah. And then, her being angered by this betrayal, and then the lady checking her. Went rogue and got Omar arrested, which put the Byrde family in danger again.
Let me interrupt, Ken. With Maya going rogue, I don't understand how that's possible because the FBI people know what's going on in their inner workings. So for Maya to be able, was it just local police, Ken?
I think it was local police that she had come in and arrest them, if I'm not mistaken. They were all regular looking. They weren't black sedans or. You think it was MBI? It was a Missouri bureau. I thought it might be the state local police, not even the FBI, just a local PD. But I mean, I could be wrong, but I didn't think it was FBI.
A good point, though.
That's how she was able to go rogue, and that's how she was able to have the backup. She just called in anonymous tip, or not anonymous tip, but she called in to the local police, and they arrested him. And that put the Byrde family back in jeopardy. The whole tension between Jonah and the family, for a minute,
I hate it.
Marty, always the calm head, come in, save Jonah after Wendy, betrays him. And then he figures out that Wendy was the one that set him up, and he's even more angry with the family. And
but Marty figured it out. Marty figured it out immediately.
Though. Yeah. Marty figured it out immediately. He's not angry at the family. He only angry at Wendy, man. True.
Wendy's the family, though, man.
Yeah, she's still family. And I mean, he rightfully so. I 100% say he rightfully so is angry at Wendy, but he's still getting on my nerves, man. With just this outwardly, disloyal. He's not really even disloyal, man. It's just him pushing back hard and kind of assert his dominance. But if he's so
it
hard,
is disloyal,
so strong,
though. It is disloyal, though, Ken.
He immediately runs to his dad when he thinks he's going to jail.
He told Darlene about them dumping the body. That's disloyal, Ralph.
Yeah, he was scared of Darlene than he is the family.
There you go.
But it all comes back to Wendy, man. It all comes back to Wendy and her ego, and her just being Wendy, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm not gonna argue it.
If she would once in her life listen to what Marty tells her to, it would go a whole lot smoother, man.
If everybody listened to Marty, everything would go a lot smoother, man. I know I'm a huge fan of Marty. I don't hide it, man, because
Marty's our protagonist.
Always calm, man. Even when he's mad at Wendy, that Joker is calm, man, and that's what I like about him. That's what I like about the show. Marty carries the show for me. But then the whole Diane Snell, man, it's like Darlene up until the last episode, man. Darlene was almost the Terminator. She could do whatever she wanted with no repercussions. Everybody seemed like they were afraid of her.
I think she still did,
except for Wendy. But
she seemed like she was kind of scared of Wendy for some reason.
I think she got a wicked heart.
Confused me. I was like, why is Wendy not dead? Crazy as Darlene is.
I think she know that Wendy killed her brother too.
Or half her heart turned around and killed the head of the KC Bob.
Exactly. She killed the dude. She shot the dude in her house. Like, and then the way it ended, they almost made Darlene like she was afraid that she had the gun on her.
I think she was trying to protect the baby and Wyatt.
Maybe, but it didn't work out for Wyatt.
And she didn't have no weapon.
And she did not have a weapon. Good call, man. So she was trying to keep the situation calm. I think she went out the right way, Ken. I think what she was doing was trying to protect her people, her family, as she said.
Yeah, I guess. But why he didn't shoot her in the head? Why he shoot Wyatt in the head and shot her in the chest or stomach or whatever? It wasn't surprising. No, I guess she's supposed to be dead. But anyway, it was a really, really good episode, man. And it was a little bit touching that Ruth would always have Marty back. And but at the same time, she blackmailing him and stuff like that, or at least making him pay her to help get the drugs back and all that stuff. The whole Ruth relationship, Ruth relationship is, I don't know about rightfully so.
Man, you gotta remember, man. You gotta remember. Now we love Marty, but you gotta remember when dude beat Ruth almost half to death on Marty's property, and he didn't do nothing about it. Marty was dead wrong, bro.
Marty was wrong. And Diane came to her. Darlene came to her aid. You're right.
She did.
So that's my bad. But I thought it was a really good episode. The season finale was crazy. We finally saw, Darlene get what she deserved.
She was on my Got to Go last week. Me and Ralph.
I'm a little bit sad for Wyatt, but not really, because he's a non-factor for the most part.
He had his out. He had his out.
He had his out. You're right.
That super cougar coochie had him just had him just out of his mind. I don't know what was wrong with Wyatt.
Seasoned. Go ahead, King.
That makes it seasoned.
We what, I'm not even going to address it. It was a good episode, man, and I mean good three episodes. And I was happy to see it. I'm disappointed that they separated. I tried to do a quick Google search saying that part 2 may come out in late 2022 or even 2023, which would disappoint me. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll be the former rather than the latter. But we'll see. I hate when they split up shows like this, but I was pleased with the way it ended.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good three. Good part 1, I guess. I hate that. Right. I hate them splitting up. Like It's a series finale. Then go ahead and make it the finale. Don't say, okay, it's a series finale that's coming, and then you hear a part 1. That don't make any sense.
Exactly.
Walking Dead type stuff.
I wonder how many episodes they got.
Maybe 7.
I don't know. Maybe 7 more.
Maybe 10. Who knows? Go ahead, Ralph. Give us your reaction.
Man, like Ken said, man, I think I text y'all the first time. And I don't know if I text y'all a second time. When I was watching these last 3 episodes, I was like, man, this show does not freaking miss. And it keep you on the edge, because I don't know about y'all, I was still waiting for them to get ran over by the truck.
It must gonna be in part 2.
So we still gotta wait on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just talking about, and what I love about the show, right? What I love about the show is all of the characters that we care about all operate in peak condition, man.
Yeah, you mentioned
like in some of the other shows, you see some characters really just mess up and do something just crazy stupid. But these people all operate in their peak powers, and then get into stuff because of them operating their peak power. For number one of the coldest lies and the truest lies in the show, when Omar said, "You know what? These people are liars. In 5 years, it's just going to F me again."
Exactly.
And he was right, except for it did take 5 years.
Hey, let me ask you one.
5 hours.
Let me ask you a quick question, Big Ham. Who was the bald guy from the FBI when Marty said, "Who was that?" and Maya
said, "Don't worry about it."
Do we know him?
I don't know who he is, but I'm kind of guessing he's like I don't know who the head of the FBI is today, but I'm guessing he's like the guy right under J. Edgar Hoover or something.
Okay.
From the past, but that's what I'm guessing he is. But yeah, no, I don't like him at all. I don't like the government at all.
Okay.
But yeah, so Maya going rogue really ticked me off, and her putting that family in danger like that, and knowing that she's putting them in danger, that really just ticked me off. And so I hope we had seen the last of her. Another thing, this dude Javi Navarro is an excellent villain.
He is.
He makes you
He's
hate
an
him.
excellent villain. I like he's cold and he gives you those little cold vibes where you just kind of like what this dude about to do. And not only that, but he is on point. He's smart. He's brutal.
Ruthless. Yeah.
Ruthless.
I mean, he's just like I'm talking about. He came in there and with excellent shots, got Darlene up out there, who I've been wanting to die for a long time. I don't know if I want to see her die at the hands of Javi, but I did want to see her die. Poor Wyatt got caught in the
In the
crossfire.
crossfire.
But
Whoever you
Quick and
are,
painless.
whatever
Quick
your
and
name
painless.
is.
but you just talk about
I don't know if it was painless.
great acting on a show. That
Incredible.
little girl that playing Ruth Langmore acted her behind off in that last episode.
The last scene, man. The last
scene.
scene was
Yeah.
Like, it was just so
incredibly acted.
believable. And I wonder, I know she plays some other stuff, but I wonder if she can play anything other than just somebody just angry 100% of the time. But she acted that scene out. She acted out perfectly. She reacted in the way that you would expect someone to react after they seen what they seen. Especially if she thought she was about to save him and get him out of there. And she come on and see her cousin dead like that. So she did a good job with that. But then Ruth operates at her peak, like she made some good deals that got them some money with the KC mob, with Frank Jr. on the side. She would have made some calculated moves to get Frank Jr. to want to kill Darlene. Then she made a good move to stop Frank Jr. from killing her. And then, as much as she was ticked off at Marty, she was a real one when Marty came to ask her, to take care of the kids.
Care of the kids, yeah.
Exactly.
And so, man, Ruth has always been one of my favorites. And so I thought she just had a good last 3 episodes. And, the way that thing ended, she was the MVP of those scenes. Wendy, man, listen. I was always Team Tasha, right? When we was talking about power, I was always Team Tasha. And, of course I had love for Ghost. But when Ghost got to where he wanted to put Reek in jail,
you hated him.
Save himself after all the dirt and stuff that he had done, all of the murders all the people that he had killed, but he wanted Reek to go to jail just to save his ambition. Y'all know at the end I was totally off on Ghost after that. And I'm the same way with Wendy. Wanted to put her son in jail. When Marty said there's a much better way we could go about reining this dude in.
Yep.
And pretty much Marty coming to save him when that flag happened, had range on the end. Until Wendy going and talking to that idiot Stan.
Idiot
Stan. And then Jonah is going to figure it out. He figured out it was her and blew everything back to hell in the handbasket. So Wendy, man, Wendy operates at her peak powers of her political prowess, being able to, help out the senator guy and finding out he got some machines that are going to suppress votes and doing all that, and then being able to get, in the Fed to be able to see Omar and all that. She does all that stuff, but she needs to just listen to Marty when she listen to Marty for what's in her life. She ticks me off. So this show is really good. They don't miss. Everybody. Omar is operating at peak
cartelism.
Yeah.
Javi is operating at peak villain cartel mode. Yeah. Marty is operating at peak genius mode. Everybody, all these characters are special and do good things. And this is what made the show so good. And there's no weak link. Everybody is so strong and making moves. That what makes the show so good to me. And I love the show, man. So Keith, you go ahead with your reaction.
I mean, you guys said it all. I don't think we talked much on Frank Jr. I think Frank Jr. really wasn't going back after Darlene anyway because he was ready for his dad to go or be out from under his thumb, and Ruth giving him the money just gave him the motivation to just stop doing it, to not even think about it anymore. He was like, okay, I can just let this be what everybody believes, stop me from trying to take revenge. So that's done. Jonah bothered me these last 3 episodes
The
Big time,
whole
man. Big time.
season.
Jonah is disappointing me, man. Like
Yes.
last week, I said he was like number 4 on my got to go list, and I was a little joking. But I'm surprised he is doing the stuff he's doing. Like I know his uncle Rab, but like you said, he should be great at math. You got to sacrifice one to save four. That's a no brainer. That's a no brainer. I
I
think
mean, I think like they've been thrown into this situation where they have to be growner than they should be,
that's
and
true.
so I think that's one thing we kind of forget that he's still a kid. But
Mm,
just like I said, like I think like one thing about it, like because they want him to still be a kid, they both underlook the value that he can bring by helping them. Man, like
yeah.
like I always said, Jonah was the hardest one in the family
Mm,
for a while now. Especially when had to
would.
learn how to shoot and he pulling down on everybody. He pulled down on the one FBI agent. He pulled down on Helen.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And he's protecting the family. He was all about protecting the family. And
yeah.
to him, the family included his brother. So this is
His
kind of
uncle.
hard. His brother,
His
sorry.
uncle.
The
His
family
uncle.
included his uncle. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for him to get over that. But there's a proper way to handle that. And Wendy never really, first of all, you got to get his kid a chance to grieve, you know. And ain't nobody really had a chance to grieve. You got to give him a chance to grieve. And then you let Marty come in and y'all come in and kind of explain what happened. Because Marty will give it to you straight. Marty don't mind giving it to you straight. He'll give it to you straight in the ways you have to understand. Yep, yep. Uh, and he'll give it to you where you have to understand. All Wendy had to do was take a back seat and let Marty work. And she
Let
got
Marty John.
out of her stubbornness. And I just be glad once they get out of this and Marty can ditch her like he really used to.
I don't know about that. Okay, so I think you guys covered basically everything. Like you said, it was three great episodes, man. This show, Rev, you said it doesn't miss, man. Like you look at Ozark, and you like, is this going to be entertaining? And then you just like an hour go by or 55 minutes or whatever, and you like, oh man, I got to watch the next one. It's great writing, great acting by everybody, man.
Right.
Everybody. It's like you said, Rev. Javi is a great villain. Like
You love to hate him.
he is like the setting the bar for Ozark villains. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, and they've had some good ones before.
they've had some good ones. Like Omar. Omar is like the likable villain. Javi
Uh,
is like the hateable villain.
yeah.
Hated
You know what I
villain.
mean?
Yes.
And
Um,
Dale was kind of in between.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was still basically working with Marty. Like,
They were gonna kill Wendy and her
and her
lover.
lover. That's right. He
Yeah.
did kill the lover. But real quick, two things I wrote down. I didn't write down much. You guys covered it. But two things I wrote down was killing Darlene and Wyatt was a work of art by Javi. That's the word I use, a work of art. Killing her and then killing Wyatt, like Wyatt couldn't live after that. And if they had wrote it any other way, it would have been terrible writing. He had to die. And then I
Ozark don't
wrote
do that, man. They don't do
Ozark,
terrible writing.
Ozark, and then and the last thing I wrote, Raph, you already nailed it. Ruth's revenge tour was great acting. She nailed everything. Like in the first season of Ozark, I didn't care for Ruth, and she slowly grew on me. But the first few episodes, she was like terrible, and
Yeah.
then she grew on me,
She's a
and I
villain.
still, I still didn't really care about her that much. I didn't want anything bad to happen to her. I felt bad when Frank Jr. beat up, but she wasn't like Marty. But the last episode, her acting, like she came to the top for me in those last couple scenes of her acting. She acted incredible. She been acting great the whole time, but I don't know. I guess it solicited emotion the way she reacted because you kind of believe that was her true emotion. When you feel like that she should have wrote Wyatt off a long time ago, but she never did. She always was looking out for Wyatt and 3. That's the one consistent thing. Like she was a bad person. She
She
killed her
took care of her
dad and
family.
her uncle. She had a no, she killed her uncles and she knew her dad was going to get killed, but she never wavered in her love for Wyatt and 3, and she was still trying to take care of them throughout the whole thing. When she was talking about going away, they were coming with her. And when she found Wyatt dead, you know, she lost it. And it was great acting. So, fellowshippers, make sure you let us know what you thought about this show in the comments. What you thought about our reactions. Ozark's a great, great series, and I'm frustrated that they broke it up into two parts to try to tease us or whatever, because we all expecting to finally get that main course and be done, and then they tell us you gotta wait another week before we get the second part of your steak. It doesn't make sense, and it's not even a week. We don't even know how long. All right, fellowshippers, you know what time it is. It's time for our Gots to Go segment. That's where we let you know what character on this show that is impacting our criminal protagonist's success or prosperity. It's time for them to be brutally murdered. And these type of shows, we know this was going on. People are getting brutally murdered, you know, constantly. You know,
Brutally.
have you seen the sheriff? Have you seen Ben? Now I guess Darlene can't put up a poster about herself missing. So anyway, Big Ham, go ahead and kick us off with your number 3 Gots to Go.
My number 3 got to go. I'm gonna say it like I'm from Mississippi. Wendy Byrde. Wendy Byrde, man. Mostly
Wendy
because I
was
just
rough.
don't like her, man. I don't like her. I've never liked her. I tried to like her at times, and she just would always rub me wrong. She does a good job of playing an unlikable protagonist.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing
I'm
is,
good with
Rab,
it.
Job
you
of playing
picking Wendy
unlikable, man.
though. She's part of our criminal protagonist organization.
She is, but she's the person that we don't like.
True,
It's
and
always
she's
it's
causing
always
more
somebody in the
problems.
organization that we got root for that we were like, I can't stand him. You know, I
Yeah,
can't stand her. And
yeah.
she's the one that I don't like, man. I don't like her, man. I do not like her. She disrespects Marty. She sometimes she won't listen. She bullheaded and she's hard headed. Yeah, they both think they're saving the family, but like I said, man, there was a time where they could have went out, but her greed kept them in.
Yeah.
And now, you know, we back in the crosshairs of another villain who has been the worst one of all.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
worst one of all, and so and I mainly blame her for that. So my number 3 guys to go is Wendy Byrde. On top of the fact that I'm still upset with how she's parenting Jonah, trying to put Jonah in jail just rubbed me. Trying to put your own
That was
kid in
bad.
jail that's rubbed me the wrong way, man.
That was bad.
Listen, Wendy got to go, man. Got to
Uh,
go.
all right, Ken, go ahead and give us your number 3.
Yeah, my number 3 is my number 1 from last week. It's still gonna be Jonah Bird. I don't have him as high on the list as I did, but he's still doing the same thing, man. And I understand Big Ham feel that some of it is not his fault. His mom is really messing things up, and I agree. But this Joker is just too dead set against the family. He still got
He's
a
in their
dad
life,
and a
man.
sister that he
Yeah.
needs to try to be
Protect.
involved with and protect, and he's still mad and hurt at his mama, and even though he's getting more angry because of stuff his mom is doing, he's still going against the family because his anger with her is separating him from everybody. So Jonah, I'm sorry.
Jeez. All right. Well, I agree with one of you guys. My number 3 on the list is a bird, and it is, as the moral compass said, is Jonah. Man, Jonah is doing things wrong. Like it's one
I'm,
thing for
I'm
Jonah to
shocked.
be.
I'm shocked
It's
that you all agree on something.
it's one thing for Jonah to be mad at the family. It's one thing for Jonah to get out of business with the family. It's one thing for Jonah to work with Ruth and Darlene. But it's another thing for him to tell Darlene about the sheriff. Okay, then maybe we can forgive that. But what I cannot forgive is when Marty and Wendy would not tell Ruth about Javi being the one that probably pulled the trigger on her cousin and Darlene. Jonah comes out of nowhere, thought he was gone anyway, comes out of nowhere and tells the name. Jonah is trying to write a death certificate for their family, man. Willingly, unwillingly, angrily, happily, whatever. He was dead wrong for coming out there and telling Ruth who killed them.
You
He
slick
could
with
have put
Ruth.
Ruth in danger.
Nah, if she gonna run at the dude with that shotgun, I think she finna do something. She gonna be flying up out of here.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my number 2. And
Wait,
I hate to do it, but my number 2 is going to be Maya. Maya messed up the whole thing. Now, granted, the FBI they reneged, they lied, they double crossed Maya. So Maya's revenge for the FBI double crossing her is to double cross not only the FBI but our criminal protagonist, Marty Byrde. They were about to get out of it, and Maya decided to do this. She jeopardized the lives of the Byrde family. It's all Maya's fault, basically. So Maya's my number 2. Ken, go ahead and give us your number 2.
My number 2 is not gonna be a popular take, but I gotta do it. My number 2 got to go is Ruth Langmore.
Ken,
Ruth is,
how?
man.
Who
It's
this dude,
listen,
man?
listen, man. I'm sorry, but here's the thing. And you guys just mentioned how great she acted in the last scene, this emotion and everything. But man, Ruth is just her. I think Big Ham mentioned it, 100% angry at all times. This constant anger, constant just explosion of profanity out of her mouth constantly is just wearing on me, man. Like when Wyatt came home, oh, she shot whatever Junior's dad.
Yeah,
And
Frank.
what the F? And that's all she do. She
That's a
just spits
character,
out
man.
she just spits out expletives the whole time, and it's just kind of wearing thin on me. It's getting
Man,
old.
people cuss a lot, man.
I know that.
If
I
you don't do
Exactly.
it,
understand
don't be everybody else though.
listen to me. Listen to me. It's just wearing thin. And if you let
You
me
know
finish,
who her cousin reminds me of? I'm sorry. Her
okay,
cousin reminds me of Stifler from American Pie.
A little bit.
yeah, but
Go
Stifler
ahead.
wasn't supposed to be a likable character. We supposed to care for Ruth, but nevertheless,
Okay.
and then the fact that she so easily will go against Marty, pull a gun on Marty because of her little cousin dead. She know Marty didn't do it, but she gonna pull a gun on him to try to get him to tell who did it. Marty is the
Ken,
only
wait.
person. No, no, let me
Wait,
finish.
wait, Ken.
No,
Let me
let me
say
finish.
this. Go
No,
ahead.
Marty is the only one that's always riding for Ruth. Wendy hate Ruth. This security guard that worked for the Shaw lady, who I don't care for because she ratted out Ruth. He wanted to go in there to try to kill the drug dealers to get the drugs back. Marty saying if you go in there, she's gonna die. Marty is always trying to protect Ruth, and then she's still willing to pull a gun on Marty. So I understand it. It's tough for me to say it, and I know I prefaced it with just tired of her character, the way she is portrayed at all times, but the way she does Marty is more so the largest factor, and that's why I gotta say Ruth, man.
Okay, let me say this real quick. I hate to rebuttal you, but I want to. I think you're wrong, man, because remember, Ruth has lost 2 people now. Actually, Ruth has lost her whole family, minus her
The whole
mother, who's
family, bro.
already gone. Her whole
Everybody except
family
3.
because
Okay,
of Marty. She lost her
because
uncles
of
because
Marty.
she killed them to save Marty. She killed them to save
She
Marty.
killed
She
them to
lost her
save
dad
money, bro.
because her dad was trying to move in on Marty. She lost Ben because Wendy wanted to kill him. Ben was her boyfriend. She just lost Wyatt, all because of what Marty and them did to her. And she still didn't come in there to kill Marty. She came in there to get the name of the guy. Ruth is in the same predicament where you would expect her to be. She didn't go there to kill Marty. She went there to threaten him to get the name.
Hey, I
Ruth,
said what I
Ruth
said,
shouldn't be
man.
on your list. Ruth
I
shouldn't
meant
be on
it.
I
your
think
Ruth,
list,
in the
man.
Ruth is
I
Bible,
number
just
two.
explained it. I just
Ruth is
explained
number
why
two,
she
man.
should.
No, and I just explained why she was on my list.
You wrong,
I
Ken.
think,
Ruth.
like, you gotta look at it, man. Like,
Got to
you,
go directly against criminal protagonists, or we getting tired of them. We don't like it. She fits
my
I
all.
thing is
never,
this,
She
I
hits
right?
never
all the blanks.
agreed to that. I
I'm
never
just
agreed
trying
to
to,
that second part.
I'm just trying to look at it from Ruth's point of view, man, and also from everybody in the Ozark point of view. This family shows up, brings a cartel with them, and everybody that getting killed or dying has some kind of connection to Marty. Though. So
Yeah,
that's why Ruth knew when Wyatt and Miss what's that girl Darlene was
Darlene
dead.
Snell.
Darlene.
Darlene Snell was dead. She knew automatically that it had something to do with the Byrde family. And so that's true. On top of like what I mean, I'm still here. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me.
Yeah, yeah.
On top of what Keith said, she has lost her whole family. Her whole family trying to number one protect her lifestyle and Marty because her dad being her dad, she knew that if he was going to try to kill Marty, she was going to lose all this money that she had coming in, all this work. That's number one.
Plus,
She
she
lost
loved Marty.
everybody in her family because this one family chose to move to the Ozarks and love the money, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason. That's why
Ruth killed her
that's
uncle.
why I can't dislike her. That's why I can empathize
Wendy
with her,
killed.
and
Wendy
she must
killed
be
her
on mine.
daddy.
She can be on yours, but
Javi killed Wyatt.
Javi killed Wyatt and Javi killed Darlene because the Byrdes had arranged for him to be the main supplier of the Shaw agency, and
Mm-hmm.
they chose to keep making heroin after he told them
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, he told her not to.
And
Yeah, he
then,
told him not to.
and then the minute he cut the Shaw agency off, where did Marty go to get some
To
heroin?
Darlene.
He had to hold true to his deals. I
Yeah.
understand everything y'all saying, but I'm still telling you, man. She just started wearing thin on me these last few episodes, man. And then for her to pull a gun on Marty, I mean, she pointed at Wendy. She probably wouldn't been on the list, but she pointed at Marty. I'm sorry. See you, Ruth.
All right, man.
Yeah, and the FBI agent killed Ruth's dad.
Man, you not, huh?
You said
No,
Wendy killed Ruth's dad.
Wendy
The
had
FBI
the
agent killed.
cartel kill the dude daddy, her dad.
I thought the FBI agent killed him.
No, remember he was leaving. They gave him money to leave town, and then Wendy
Ah,
had Helen call the cartel to pull him over. I know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Ruth is on my list. You guys not gonna. I mean, you guys not gonna talk me
okay.
out of it.
Rav, who was your number two?
My number two got to go is Maya, man.
Yep,
I'm okay with
for
that
She
though.
sure.
really ticked me off with it.
She threw a little.
Like I understand that the agency who yes, they don't have any credibility and they're a bunch of liars and whatever with all the deals they do. They
But
made her,
Maya.
but for her to do what she did to Omar
Yep.
and put our criminal protagonist directly in danger deserves for her to get off.
He almost died that show.
Yes,
He got beat up pretty bad.
he talked his way out of it again, but
Wendy helped.
he
Nah,
deserves to
Omar
get
saved
off.
him.
Strictly for almost getting Marty killed. She deserves to be off. So my number two, got to go, is Maya.
Keep going with your number one.
My number one, got to go, is the greatest villain in Ozark history, and that's Javi. Now, how we going to get this done, I have no clue, because the dude is solid. He on point. You know, he's smart. He is ready to kill in any second, anywhere, anytime, any place.
Yep.
So I don't know how we going to get it done. But some kind of way, this dude got to go so Martin can be free. And how did he gonna be able to be free as long as he around? And I don't think they're safe as long as
Right.
he's around. So my number one got to go is the best criminal, the best villain in this
Omar.
great show's history,
Yeah.
Javi Navarro.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right, Ken, if you don't mind, go ahead and go with my number one because it's the same as Big Ham. Javi is my number one criminal protagonist. Criminal antagonist to our protagonist. Javi, guys, go, man. This guy is a wild card. Like,
Wild
no
card.
ifs, ands, or but. This joker shows up at the casino whenever he wants to. He been in Marty's house. He has this strange relationship with Charlotte for some reason. Like, this joker doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't respect anybody. He really doesn't respect Omar, honestly. He tried to kill some FBI agents to root out the rat or whatever. Like, he's a hateable, but you just love to hate him as this criminal villain in this show, man. My number one is Javi.
Yeah, it's easy. And I think I mentioned this offline, but it would be surprising me if we didn't have the same number one. And the number one is Javi. Javi is the
Yes.
criminal villain, the one that's messing up everything. He's the one that cut off the supply that even made them have to work with Darlene to
Exactly.
buy back the drugs
Right.
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that's calling this Shaw lady directly, who apparently she's afraid of him, but she quickly gave up the
Rightfully
names
so.
of people that that had interacted with them. So
Mm-hmm.
it's Javi. Javi didn't already hemmed up their lawyer, where he was supposed to be just a Byrde family lawyer. Now he claiming you work for us. Helen, and then he told my Helen was the Byrde family lawyer, which she wasn't. It's crazy. It's Javi. Javi is the number one person that needs to go.
Yep. Agreed.
The
And I
lawyer
got
almost
a
got my list, but almost getting Marty killed, man.
so what?
The
That
lawyer
save himself.
almost got my list.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault though. He was trying to tell him to stop.
Yeah.
He had no choice, man. He had no choice. I got an honorable mention, and I know we don't typically do this, but my honorable mention got to go is Rav's internet connection. Okay, let's go ahead and close it out, Big Ham. Let us know what you thought about our got to go fellowship. As Big Ham, close us out.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not closing it out after that.
All
I'm
right,
not
I'll
closing it
close it
out.
out.
What are y'all
All right.
doing?
You know what? Let me close it out, Ken, just in case. So it does actually get closed out. All right, fellowshippers, make sure you follow us on Fellowship Hall on YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook at the Fellowship Hall. You can
You're
follow
out
Big
of pocket.
Ham. You can follow Big Ham on Facebook at Raphael Ham, and you can also follow him on Instagram and Twitter at HamDog22. Fellowshippers, thanks for rocking with us. We don't know when Ozark will be back, but you can rest assured that we'll be back. So make sure you hit your notifications for us, and when Ozark does come back, we will be back also. So thanks for checking us out.
Hey, fellowshippers, make sure you go and check our latest Power review where we talked about who would throw who under the bus. We talked about who would betray who first.
Your internet is what's betraying you. Anyway,
the evidence shows us week after week. Somebody's always out of pocket on this podcast, man.
All right, fellowshippers. Make sure you guys stay safe. Keep rocking with us. We'll give you what we thought. You go in our comments and you let us know what you thought, and we'll come right back with you. Again, thank you for watching.
Be blessed, fellowshippers.